everyone, it's Christina Johnson here, and today we are talking about a topic that I haven't really addressed before, and that is to think about how the people around you are influencing your health and weight loss goals. We all have external factors that either help us stay motivated and on track towards eating well, and we also often have factors that are drawing us away from our health and weight loss goals. But it's not something that we usually think about or take into consideration, and so sometimes these influences are happening subtly without us being fully aware of what's going on. And so that's what we're going to do today, is I'm going to help you reflect on how the people around you are influencing whether or not you're on track to your health and weight loss goals, and what to do about it if you want to be influenced in a more positive way. So the whole reason I started thinking about this topic was last Friday. My sister-in-law, and I all got our colors done. So if you haven't heard of that before, basically we went to this color stylist, and she, figured out if we were a warm or a cool, and then what season we were. So we did that, and I found out that I'm an autumn. And I have to tell you, I was pretty disappointed to find out that I was an autumn. And so I was just kind of talking about it there, and I was realizing that probably 10 years ago or so, my wardrobe was probably 80 to 90% clothes that were in the autumn color spectrum. They were warm, earthy, fall types of colors. I think I just intuitively knew that those colors looked better on me, and I felt good wearing them. But if you were to look at my closet today, and I did this, I had about a section this wide of clothes that were in the autumn spectrum, and a ton of clothes, 80 to 90% of my closet, that were more blacks and grays and bold colors. And so, I was thinking about this, and the color stylist asked me a really interesting question that I've been thinking about a lot that kind of influenced the topic of this Facebook Live. But she asked me, who influenced you? And so I was starting to think about it, and probably 9 years ago or so, I was spending a lot of time around a couple people who were wearing a lot of blacks and grays and bold colors, and they looked really good in them. And so I think without even realizing it, I just was seeing these other people wear those colors, and I liked it on them. And so I just started buying more of those colors for myself. But here's the thing, as I look back on it, I do not feel as good when I'm wearing those colors. I don't feel like it's quite me, but I never stopped to question it. I just started buying more and more of those clothes because it looked good on other people, because other people were wearing them, and I never really put two and two together that, I just don't feel as good until now, and I can see that. And so over the weekend, I was thinking a lot about that question of who influences us. And as I was on my way to the grocery store, I'm thinking about this and just how in so many areas of our life, we have people that are influencing us one way or the other. And these influences are often subtle. They're influencing us in our beliefs, our values, our actions, our behaviors, what we do, how we spend our time. And, to be fair, I think that things like the deep held beliefs and convictions that we have, those aren't so easily influenced. Usually those are the areas that we influence others in. But the, more like things that just aren't as, we don't hold as dear to us, we can be easily influenced one way or another without totally seeing it happen. And so as I was thinking about this, I just realized how often this happens in regards to health and wellness. So that's what I wanted to focus on today. I think this applies to all areas of our life, but I wanted, because this is the Clean and Mindful Eating Facebook group, I wanted to help you reflect on how this topic applies to your health goals. So take a moment and think about this, and you might even want to write this out. So first, think about the people that you spend the most time with. So who are those people that you're around the most? And again, you might want to just jot this down. They might be the people living in your house. They might be other family members who you see often or talk to often. They could be, your close friends that you spend time with. They could be your coworkers. Whether you're close to them or not, you spend a lot of time around coworkers. It could be people in your small group at church. So just think about who are those people that you spend the most time around? And then without any judgment, just think about what type of priority do these people place on their own health and wellness? So, so for example, are these people who value being healthy, who make healthy eating choices most of the time, who are trying to stay fit and to stay active? Are those the type of people that you're around most of the time? Or are the people that you're around people who don't place health as a top priority in their life? Maybe they spend their time doing other things instead of being active or cooking healthy meals. Maybe they just really want to enjoy food and order whatever they want when you're out at restaurants. So they just don't place the same priority on health. And I really want to stress this. There's absolutely no judgment. It's not like one is good and one is bad. But we just need to be aware of how the people around us are prioritizing health and fitness and weight loss. And so think about it with all those people. How are your choices impacted by these other people? So for example, when you're around people that are valuing their health, do you order a little bit healthier meal at a restaurant? Do you stop after one glass of wine? Do you find yourself not snacking much at all when you're around them? Versus when you're around people who don't value being healthy in that same way, do you find yourself just ordering the burger and fries, even though you were going to get a salad because everyone else is ordering the burger and fries? Or do you find yourself just kind of grazing and munching because everybody else is? So I think it's just really, really important for us to be aware of how the people we are around and even the environment we're around, what's being brought into the house. Those things influence, how motivated you are and how much you stick with your goal to eat healthy. So again, no judgment either way on those other people, but we need to realize if we're having roadblocks put in front of us. And so here's a few things to do and just to consider. If you feel like a lot of the people in your life aren't trying to get healthier, they're not trying to lose weight, because it's not always easy to make changes to how you eat, and it's not always easy to work on losing weight. And your motivation will vary from day to day and moment to moment. And so if the people around you aren't doing the same thing, it can feel even more difficult. And so we need to do something about that to make it easier for you to stick with eating healthy. So here's just a few thoughts that I have on things to do about this, because obviously we're not going to just cut out those people from our life just because they're not trying to get healthier with us, or just because they're, not trying to lose weight. It's not about cutting those out. But here are a few things that I wrote down that we can do. So number one, I would highly recommend with those people that are closest to you, in your closest inner circle, those few people, have an honest conversation with them about your goals, about what it is you're trying to do and why it's so important to you, why it's so important to you to eat healthy and to lose weight. Kind of bring them on board to your vision and your reason why you're doing this. And the goal is not to get them to change. It's not to force them to do it with you, but it's just for them to understand what you're doing and why it's important to you so that they can be supportive. Because, it's hard to be supportive when they don't really know what you're doing and they're not bought into that vision that you have. So that would be my first suggestion with those people that are closest to you. My second suggestion is to see if you can find some people who are in your circle of people who value health that you can spend more time around. So again, not about cutting out people who aren't trying to get healthy, but are there people who are valuing this? So for example, coworkers. Is there maybe a person or two at work who's all about being healthy and exercising that you don't normally talk to, that you could invite to have lunch with you or just to spend a little bit more time around. Because when you're around those people that are making healthy choices and trying to be active, it's so much more motivating for you to do it as well. Or are there, like acquaintances that you have or other people at church that prioritize being healthy? Can you just spend a little bit more time with them, talk with them, learn about what they're doing and how they're getting on with their health and weight loss goals? So that's my second suggestion. Just see if there are more people that you could spend time with that do value health and are working to improve themselves in that way. The third one, my third suggestion, is to find a community of people who are actively working to improve their health, to exercise more, to lose weight, whatever it is that you're wanting to accomplish. So this community could be somewhere locally, it could be online. But like I said, it can be hard to make changes to your health and to what you eat and to start exercising. And if you don't have other people that are making those changes with you, we can talk ourselves out of things pretty easily. So find a group of people who are all making these positive changes so that you can cheer each other on and encourage one another and hold each other accountable. I mean, honestly, this is why I made a big shift in my business. So I used to do almost exclusively private coaching. So it was one-on-one coaching sessions with clients. And it was great, but it was missing that group community aspect. And so now when I developed the Emerge Weight Loss Method, I incorporated weekly group coaching calls and a Facebook group of people who are also going through the Emerge method so that you can get to know other people who are doing this right along with you. I think that's really important. And then my last suggestion is kind of like an internal one. Can you work on really becoming a person who values your health? Like really at the core, just knowing that you do want to be healthy. You are a person that makes good choices for your health. You are a person that's active. You are a person that wants to eat well. Really start believing that about yourself, because then ultimately when you become strong in that conviction of who you are and what you want to do, then gradually, that will have a positive influence on those around you instead of them influencing you. And again, it's not about trying to change other people, but so often I'm working with clients, often women, and eventually their spouse gets on board, their kids start eating healthier because they start feeling so good, they're doing all these positive changes, and it just naturally trickles to the other people in their life. So can you just work on really believing that you are someone who values health and that wants to be healthy, and just stand firm in that, no matter what the other people around you are doing, stand firm in that, and then you'll be less likely to be influenced by things that might pull you off of your health and weight loss goal. So I hope this is all making sense. Let me know in the comments, can you relate to this? Do you feel like you have people around you that value like working on their health and that are trying to lose weight? Or do you kind of feel like you're on an island doing it by yourself? I would love to know either way. So let me know that in the comments. And then two, just know that if you do want support to lose weight, have a better relationship with food, and to just really create that healthy lifestyle, then definitely reach out. I would be happy to find a time to talk to you more about what your goals are, and we can figure out if the Emerge Weight Loss Method would be a really good fit to help you reach those goals. So just type in the comments consultation, and I am happy. I'll reach out to you then. We'll find a time to chat and just, get to know more about you, what's going on for you, and what the next best steps are. So let me know if you have any questions at all, and we will talk again soon. Bye for now.